and we... Oh, I wasn't unmuted. Muted? Jeez. Anyway, we have Bananas in chat from Ollie95XZ. Jay's on fire. Betty Baghdaddy. Appreciate it. Is the sound unbelievably loud? It sounds unbelievably loud. Oh, it is. It's reset itself. Of course it has. Of course it's reset itself. Let's turn off the in-game sound, because today, my friends, listen to a little bit of Byro. Hello, Byro. There you are right there. Alright, thank you for the bananas in chat, peeps. Welcome back to City Skylines in Derpopolis, where we have been working on our public transport. Man, this game is performing zippy. What? I shouldn't be able to do that. It just feels very... cool. Maybe it's just the difference between the two games. Like, this one's just a little zippier. It just feels very noticeable. My friends, we are making excessive amounts of money. Although I'm guessing that's probably going to stabilise like it always does. Because we did our public transport in the last one, didn't we? We improved it massively. We are all set for expansion down here. So I believe today's stream may just be about expansion. Let's go add... Can I add like just one anywhere quickly? Or maybe I should add it close. Actually, I do have a little something somewhere. I have one there. That's a different type of thing. Let's expand that road. So we need to set up objectives for today's stream, peeps. We're going to start off by adding a recycling centre here. That's a school. It's just not a recycling centre, is it? There we go. Just about enough room to put it in. Whoa! Crazy looking. Craziness. Let's use the move tool and zap that down. There we go. Very good. Alright, so welcome back everyone. We have restarted the stream. We were playing Jurassic World Evolution. It's the second half of our double Sunday morning live stream. It wants water over here. We need to set up the objectives for this area. So I believe that general expansion is in order, which will probably be coming around this way. That means extending this area as well. I had an idea to change the train line a little bit. I think we should change it a lot actually, get it going from there to there, use up all of this space. So we're all right for an expansion. We need to do a little bit of public transport. So we're going to do three things: expansion, public transport. The third thing, I don't know. What are your suggestions in chat? What do you want to see happen? Why water problems? It is actually because you are totally outside of the area. And now you're inside of the area. And one of the things I actually want to do is come over here, enable you, and enable an extra pump as well. Cool. From our little facility area down there. Toby says, "Hey X, do you like pop music?" I like some pop music. Pop's a bit of a bland term in some ways. Some pop music can be very different from others. Expansion, public transport and public demand, says Muscatsec. Yeah, but we need to know what that public demand is. Like, what do y'all want to see happen in this city? There's definitely some areas that need a little bit more love. Like this area here looks like it needs trees or some sort of features. Apparently we were doing an expansion down here, so we could actually continue that. How have we set this up though? Kind of looks like we should have a small amount of houses on the edge here. Let's have a look at the district. Oh, it's all part of one district. And then we can put in some big old offices. Let's just do that for now. And actually, yeah, let's get a little block of commercial in there. That's going to be all I do for now. Just so something happens over there. Cool. Right, I can't backseat game. My PC couldn't handle this big, I think, says Dreadvink. Well, backseat gaming is where you're not playing and commenting. So, I believe you could. Can you do a tour, please, says the ODOM. We'll do a tour later on in the city. I mean, you're going to see parts of it as we're just flying around, right? I've done lots of tours. I kind of want to jump straight into getting this going. So they're having a little bit of problem here. Low land value. What would make the land value higher? What is missing from this area? Maybe putting in a little bit of fire coverage, just like that. That might help with the land value. The most likely thing would be a park. There's a park over there. Let's get a small something. Small park. Can't put you there because of the paths. Maybe squeeze something in somewhere. One over there. That's probably not going to affect the one we're looking at. And let's just put another one there. That's the best I can do, really, is put them sort of nearby. That's the best I can do for you. Maybe more living spaces, Moose Cat Sack. Well, that's part of the expansion. The expansion's all parts. Can you do... Oh, wait, I literally just read that message. What are the suggestions, Pete? JRBDBC says, to me, everything is pop to you because you think music is good, therefore that music is your pop. Well, pop is short for popular. However, like, popular music... Where do you define the threshold of popular music? There's also a genre of pop, which is stuff that's sort of made for the radio, very accessible sort of music. So I don't consider everything I listen to pop at all. Even if it's popular, I wouldn't call it pop music because it doesn't sound like what is known classically as pop music. No, just because it's pop is popular doesn't mean anything that's popular is pop. That's absolutely right, Legans, yeah. And just because something is popular doesn't mean... Wait, no. Yeah, you literally just said the same thing. We're just saying the same thing to each other. It's very confusing. It's very confusing. Suggestions. Come on, peeps. I'm not seeing a lot of suggestions. Usually people want me to do something. Maybe we'll come back to that later then. So if we're going to... We're going to start with the second thing. We're going to expand. I want to have more of my public transport figured out. The thing that... Oh, I've actually left all of my bus lines in. I kind of wanted to rebuild them all. And the fact that a lot of them are getting used means I should probably just leave them alone. Right, so that one's getting used a lot. So is that one. Some of these should have changed a little bit. That one looks... Yeah, I think where we built a metro, we've knocked this one out of business. So we should take... bus line number 4 down to about 5. Would be nice to rename these as well so we know what they're about. Right, there's another one that got knocked on its feet. Let's put it down to about 5. Oh, that's actually... No, it's 5. That was bus line 9. Bus line 8 seems to be doing fine. Ferry is doing alright. Rest to try over here. Looks like it's been knocked on its feet a little bit as well. Let's bring that down to 4. Okay, and there's another one here as well that's got 11, and that one has also been knocked on its feet. Let's bring that one down to 4 as well. So the Metro made some huge changes. Now what we want to do is kind of see all of those bus routes when we're zoomed out, but we're not really seeing them. They kind of don't jump out very much. If I wanted to add some extra bus routes, not sure where I'd do that. Fix the dam. It isn't connected to the line, says Luke. Is it? Is it not? There is some sort of connection issue there, but it's doing its job, so I don't particularly need to mess with it. Right, so if we think about our metro grid, what we kind of need is bus routes that go to it. If we look at the way these are set up, they're actually... This bus route here is missing the metro stop, isn't it? It is absolutely missing it. Now I wonder if I can drag this and drag it to there. Okay, let's do that. And then that line, I kind of want to put the stop in the same point. Did I do that? Like if I put you there, let's put it there. Still goes all the way around the roundabout. I might have just made those like go around some ridiculous paths now. Uh-oh. That might not have been the smartest of ideas to just drag them like that. But hey, they both go there. What one are we looking at here? I think this needs rebuilding. No idea. Yeah, that's like saying popular classical music is pop. I get your X, says Toby Kenobi. Yeah, that's a great example. You wouldn't call like Beethoven's Fifth pop music, would you? It's always hard to tell when you click on these what you're looking at. Do you know what? I think let's scrap this. We did this literally last episode. If ever I want to rebuild the transport again, we'll do it. But let's focus on the expansion. I'm gonna not do that today actually, because I just remembered how grindy it is. Oh yeah, look, we had plans to build a junction this way, and then we had a T. I don't know what the T is anymore. Got no idea what the T is. Let's check out what's going on over here. So this thing just stops. Oh wow. Huh. So how would I get... Oh, you can put them in water. Well, there you go. We got a little bit more juice from the grid then. Fascinating. Didn't realise that. Actually, it kind of makes sense. You're going to have to build them across rivers. Alright, so we're just going to do the expansion over here and over there as well. So that'll be our plans for today's stream, peeps. This little road here is going to a bus depot. Actually, no, it's not a bus depot, is it? It's ferry transport, so I guess that's still important for now. There is a little bit of cable there. That's actually necessary. Right, and it kind of looks like we could extend this road and have a little extra something along the back there, but I like the way that it's nestled in. That's really cool. Let's go add some trees in this area. Get some medium-sized trees in here. Let's get a little bit of a brush going. Is that doing it? It is. It's just not very strong at the moment. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Right, I think that looks really nice to have a forest like that. And it kind of covers up that area a little bit. That's cool. Now, in the middle of these blocks... That's cool. I actually think we should lower the land on these bits because they look kind of ridiculous being raised up. So let's zoom in and have a look what's going on with the landscaping. This is the tool that we want to use. So they, in places, they don't look so bad. If I right click on the road, it's going to bring it level with the road. That's perfect in that spot, but not in all of the spots. So right click with the road, bring it, wonderful. That's so much better to look at, isn't it? And there it even goes a little bit lower. Let's try and get in the middle. Wonderful. That bit's just fine. Okay, we did that, didn't we? Here's a bit that needs doing. I only brought it down a little bit. Let's try and bring it down a little bit more. That's more like it. Cool. Right, big old chunk right here is actually part of the cliff area, so I think we'll leave that big chunk alone. Left with a teeny tiny bit here. And now all of those areas look a lot better, don't they? Except this one. We missed one again. Nice. Alright, let's go back to the tree brush. You don't have to put in power lines everywhere in this game, says Dread. Well, you do when you want to connect stuff up, which we have done. We didn't actually have to connect stuff up, but we chose to do it. Alright, so those areas are pretty well filled in. Lots of tree coverage over here. We didn't do this bit on the landscaping. Let's quickly go, oops. Well, the height happens to be pretty good for what we're doing there. Alright, and that brings us over to this side, which is all looking pretty fine. Cool, so we've tidied up that area. What about the road coming through the middle here? I feel like this road needs some more detail and attention. Camo J says, returns to this place you call Earth and is ready to take over and recruit anyone that wants to join the army of Evil X. Camo J, what are you trying to do? Recruiting the army of Evil X? This don't sound very smart. Sounds like a way to get in trouble. Okay. I wonder if there's any extra little details or things we could put in here. Any suggestions, peeps? Like, man, that is a beautiful little intersection. That's crazy looking. Oh, we should probably, if we're going through and making sure everything looks good, we should probably mess with stuff like this a little bit. So try and make it look not as awful. Which will require some micro adjustments here and there. That one's going to be a bit on the iffy side. Otherwise it looks okay. This side over here looks mostly okay. Just that one bit there, unfortunately, looks a bit janky, doesn't it? Maybe I can move this up. I can actually get away with that. That's wonderful. Right, that means I can move that up a tiny bit. Alright. Forget about that. Don't worry about that. Just park your car and it will just roll down into the building. Cool. So, trees. They make everything look good, don't they? Or maybe we should go for vegetation in this area. That's an idea. I tried to place it with a brush. Oh, interesting. Maybe make the brush size bigger. Woo! That's a lag spike of doom it's saving. Yeah, let's just try and get it to fill in some vegetation here and there. Yeah, that's actually... I actually like that a lot. That's different. That's a bit of a different look. Just having some vegetation thrown in at random in these spaces. Up here it's a little bit more congested. Also, maybe some fencing might help kind of bring it together a little bit. I think I'm going to upgrade all the highways to have sound barriers. That looks like a smart idea. So we're using the 3-lane highway here. There's the sound barrier. Yeah, he's running the power from the dam, but it isn't quite connected to the city, says Illo Class. I believe there is a connection from the dam to all of the city at this point. Okay, let's get a little micro adjustment in here. Straighten these roads up a touch. I like the way there's a bit of a bank there. That's really cool. That's looking great. So continue to upgrade. And my phone is buzzing. Didn't I say I got a bunch of noises earlier? Let's see what I've got. Did I get a bunch of texts? I think I did. I don't know. I don't know what my phone did, but it just started buzzing. Move tool. We want to select that little portion of the road. Okay, slowly. A little bit of a better transition there. Okay, let's get rid of the move tool. E-Class says X, it just isn't connected, but only just. We'll go check on it in a moment. We're heading in that direction anyway. Move it tool. Get that road looking a little bit nicer. Right, we're not gonna build into these spaces here very much, but we do need to make a couple of them look a little bit smarter. Oh, I got to be careful here. Somewhere we created a 4-lane road to help with traffic. Obviously, I don't want to mess that up, right? Here I am upgrading it all to the 3-lane. This is going to help with the land value a little bit as well, I think. It also makes the maintenance cost higher. It's anarchy. So that road there is something funky to check out. So let's drop back to where we were last adjusting stuff and things. So how does the power get across from one side to the other? It does so with a couple of key connections, and the connections kind of look ugly. Right, so... Oh, you're absolutely right, look. It doesn't actually connect. Amazing. Well spotted. Alright. So we want to kind of keep like a crucial connection in place. And I think that one's going to be this one here. It doesn't look particularly great. Oh look, no, there's a connection across the middle there. Now how can we secure that? How can we make sure that the site ain't going to change here and that get broken? I believe we might be able to make it a little bit bigger if we made these buildings here a bit bigger. I don't know if they'll upgrade into that space, but that might help. Look at that. That is ever so slightly janky. I wonder if we can move that up a little bit. We can. further up we move it, the jankier it looks. Let's move that one down a little bit as well. Cool, really pushing it there. Right, so there's a nice connection from side to side here. Let's also add a tiny little... Oh, we could extend this road and put in a full building, couldn't we? So let's go... Oh, that's odd. Don't know what to do about that. Oh, that's really odd. Okay, I think we need a particular tool. Nice. Go back to that one. And let's just extend... Let's make it an office building. That would make so much more sense. Big old office building right next to that. That'll help have a connection permanently there between the two, right? So that means we can go and bulldoze those horrible looking power lines. Like this one here. And then there was some other right back where we were just working. There's one. And there's the other horrible ugliness. Sweet! Very good stuff. So we got as far as... I think that one there. We were putting down our vegetation. And it's all looking good. Maybe this is a bit on the janky side. Let's just adjust that one downwards. Oh, that can go down quite a way, I think. Maybe that up higher a little bit. Cool. And then let's remove the move it tool. X, there's a stream achievement you can get if you rename a road to Steve, says Allenberg. Let's try it. Let's make Steve Road. Steve Road? I got no such achievement. I think I've been trolled. I think I've been successfully trolled. Will you play Jurassic World a game again, says Nan. Yes, yes, I'll be playing it again for sure. Probably my next stream will be Jurassic World again. Right, a lot of people love to walk off of this one, don't they? And we added, I think we pretty much added the walkways for them. It just looks a little bit naff. How can we make it look less naff? We could put in a small office building on this side. And if we destroyed that, I think that might be the smart move. Destroy that, and then put another one there. That's going to look nicer overall. Cool. Let's keep going back to the landscaping tool. And let's keep messing around with... Oh, nice. Yeah, throwing a bit more vegetation here and there. In between the motorway, I like it. Right, now we just lost power over here. I guess there was never a connection, right? Let's check out the grid. No. That's going to be hard to get a connection unless... Let's change a couple of things here. First of all, am I using the Move It tool? I should be using the Move It tool. I am... Oh, that's weird. Can I just move that down as a whole then? Right. Oh, that made the pier look a little odd. Okay, no lower than that. Now, what if we were to attach some office buildings around it? So let's zone up that. And then let's take the road. Let's be cheeky. Let's add a diagonal road. We're going to have to get the land to go with it. We're going to go to there. And then we're going to anarchy it over to here. Right, like that. Now what I'm going to do is come in with the Move It tool. And just move those 2 points downwards. Touch. So it's nice and level. There we go. Right, now that thing just got power, right? So the connection made its way across the river. What I'm going to do here is add in building there. A big building here, a small... Let's put a commercial one in just to mix it up a little bit. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What's happening? It's all... No, it's okay. It's back to normal. Should we put a park in here as well? I feel like a park would be a nice thing to have. So, a little bit of a... One of those parks again. We like these ones. Is there something even smaller? That would be awesome. Oh, do you know what? We could put a car park in. Yeah. That would actually look really cool here. Except it's a bit of a wonky car park, you know, we'll allow it. I might be able to fix that using the landscaping tool. We've been experimenting with this a lot more. So if I really wish there was an undo button. There is. And again. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. I left the brush on large. Not a good idea. Because I only want to... I think I've made it look worse, to be fair. I think I should undo all of this. Oh dear. Yeah, we'll just leave it alone. It looks a bit messed up, but whatever. Do you know what? It won't look as messed up if it's not a car park. So let's go back into our tool set and let's just put that one in. Alright, so now let's look at the power grids, and we haven't made a connection across the river, but we have across there, a good strong one. So if that building comes into play, then that'll be that. So moving further down the highway, we arrive at this area. What's the power connection like there? It's fine, isn't it? It's absolutely fine. Wonderful. Okay, all of this is cool. I think we just need some more vegetation over on these areas. Hello stream, says I Love Mycelium. Welcome, I Love Mycelium. Camo J says, locks 5 other souls in the room and break up the silence. Okay, interesting. Where would you be without Molvelt or Anarchy, says Swisscore. I have no idea. I didn't know I had either of those things going on, to be fair. I did not know. Vegetation. Let's scroll across. Oh, let's put in some of these. We haven't done these ones yet. So, big old brush on the area. Vegetation. Are they too big? I think they might be too big for this area. Okay, those ones are happy to go in. Let's get lots of those in. Bringing it up to this area here. This is as far as we got with our a little work on this area so far, isn't it? So we're going to go back to the roads, back to upgrading, back to the highway, and take care of this. Getting those sound barriers in place, making the place look smart, you know. That's what we do. Right, and then we've got some more power grid crossing the road here. And there's going to be more junctions over here as well, so let's not go too far into it. Remember, the first part of our expansion was actually over in this space, but I just started off by working through the middle here. I feel like these ramps now need to be... Oh wait, do they have sound barriers? I think they only do... I think they only have sound barriers when they're at a certain size. If we look at what's going on here, that is definitely a ramp, isn't it? I also think that road type might be smart to change. Is there a two-way highway? Two-way highway with sound barriers. Does that work? I think that works. That looks much better. Oh, it's much smarter, doesn't it? It also sucked the land right up to it. Should I find it? Oh, wait a minute. That's my fault. I need to... Can I then do that? Ah, look, we can actually remove that property from a road. Oh, that's really interesting that we can remove it. I was not thinking about that. So going back to our power grids, we have a connection across here which is entirely unnecessary. And then as for this connection, this is part of infrastructure and stuff that hasn't really been built up yet. So now let's look at moving the train line out of the way so we can expand. I think what we'll do is pause the game. Destroy the train line from about here and get some tracks going. That's the train. Okay, gonna get rid of that. Gonna use that tool. Cool. Hey Asuma, you should really use the parallel road mod and the underground cables mod. I like the sound of the underground cables mod. Like that would be good because those cables be ugly, you know. So we kind of want to just go like that. I had an idea on how to make the bridge look interesting, but I cannot remember what that idea was anymore. So it's got this horrible dip before it reaches the other side, which I don't like. Now how can we get rid of that dip? Let's build it first of all to this point. And then like that. Would that get rid of the dip? I think it does. Oh, do you know what we've got to do? We've got to use some mods here. Because that's just, I mean, that's just utterly ugly. So let's go ahead and grab each of these points. Okay, that didn't work. That one there as well is a point, and so is that actually. Now let's align the height to that. That is the magic! That is the magic, ladies and gentlemen! That is the magic. Do you like the magic? That is a beautiful looking bridge now. I also want to point out, it's sort of not a bridge. These things usually have that going on, right? And we don't have that. Oh, we kind of use the same magic over there. I think we'll have that. That looks cool. Now that this thing has made it to the other side, obviously, we need to get it going along over to here. And then over to there. Let's actually come a little bit closer and then curve more. Right, so we need to do something like this. Bring you out to there. Wonderful. Nice connection. Okay, let's go ahead and bulldoze all of this. See you later, basically. See you later. Sorry about that, trains. You're now floating in midair. I mean, it's not ideal, I know. Okay. So we've got one little thing to correct over there. Now we're going to resume the game. Oh, they just disappeared. Well, I thought something interesting might have happened, but apparently not. So we've got a couple of bits here that look super awkward. Let's go in and grab that. Alan Berg says, although you have mods. I have mods running, yes. Camo J says, magic. It looks like magic. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Yep. So that looks actually a bit more realistic as well for the train. Maybe there's a couple of bits where we could modify the slope. Just make it look a bit more believable. But that's the train track done now. So now it's about the expansion of this area before we get to the expansion of the other one. So this road would be an obvious place to start in my opinion. We're going to bring this road through here. That's kind of not what I expected to see. I believe we might need a particular tool. If we use that one, would it eliminate? Yes, it eliminates the need for the underground stuff. So let's go to the move it tool. Let's move these two up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's hardly anything. I think I'm just going to not even count now. Okay, so we've sort of brought it up to that level, so it's with the ground again. And then we kind of want this thing to become a small suburban road. So let's actually have it branch off. Straight road there. And a 45-degree road here. Cool. Then what we'll do is make it go straight a little bit further. And then we'll start to curve it. So it goes along the back of this train line. And it comes down here. And then around here we're going to connect it at 2 different points. We'll have a point that goes just parallel with that road. Is that actually directly parallel? Kind of looks like it is. Jeez, that was fortunate. We'll make sure it is by doing that. Yeah, look, it was off ever so slightly. And then this road will go out to about there. And then we'll drag something off here. Okay, that might be one too many stops, but then again, we're not using traffic lights. So that's going to fill up that space nicely. Remember, we don't actually have anything filling up this bit. Oh, do you know what I might be able to do here? Let's see if we... Oh, I've got Anarchy on. I should really turn that off sometimes. Let's see if we can upgrade this road to have the ground meet it. Ha, that means we can now build on it. That looks a little bit nicer. Then let's build a road going across here. The ground will rise up to meet that as well. And then we'll do that. That looks pretty good, I think. This probably needs moving a touch. Very nice. Camo J says, okay, for 263 peeps watching, it is very quiet. No need to be quiet, peeps. I am looking over at chat. Blue Boy says, this is becoming a tradition. Cooking plus Asuma makes cooking fun. And hi. Cooking should be fun anyway, man. I'm glad you're enjoying watching the stream and cooking, though. That's cool. Yeah, cooking's good. I like cooking food. Making a nice healthy meal for yourself. It's a good feeling. Right, let's add that there so we start to fill up this space. Then these are our suburban sprawl roads. I think maybe they should start to get a little bit curvy, you know what I'm saying? So we'll bring you around like that. Not quite a right angle snap. Alright, and then we're going to end up with like some tree areas. I think that's fine. But we will try and fill in these spaces a little bit now. Okay, and then somewhere around here we're going to connect you. I think we want to get a nice kind of parallel connection, something like that. Alright, yeah, that works for me. So then we'll do something similar here. We'll go into that space that way, and then we'll come round and connect at a point like that. Here though, probably, no, it looks like we could still do something like that. There it is. So Wiggly Roads over here seems to be the name of the game. I'm going to bring that up to here. Have it connect like so. Let's add a road going into this space. Maybe we could do that in a couple of occasions. Nah, I think that might be a bit much. Let's do that to fill up that space. And then I think we've got room for one more road directly through the middle. And that is the next area. This is going to be residential. A little bit of offices down there. And then I think we'll do residential. Sorry. Yeah. Actually, I'm not sure. Maybe some offices there. There's also high density residential in the area. Excuse me. Right, so Pivia Chase says, well, listening to it really. Do you like cooking strems? Says Luke Niak. Cooking strems. Don't know what those are. What game do you play? Says I Love Asuma. Hi. We're playing City Skylines. And we're working on part of 2 expansions that we kind of plan on doing this stream. Now, can I bring you up and over without this looking too ridiculous? What if I put the Anarchy on there? Would that be too ridiculous? Oh, that does actually look ridiculous. One thing we can do is move this up a little bit. Probably not too much. Probably going to have to adjust some other roads as well. I feel like now maybe we could even get a little bit more out of it. Okay, and then maybe if I move you to about there. Now that's not as crazy, but it's still pretty crazy, and we like crazy. Let's go back to turning the Anarchy off and doing some building. Oh, we're in the move tool. Okay, so if I bring you across here, I kind of want to end up making it go flat with the land. Right, now we're going to use this and come across here. That actually almost looks good. Yeah, no, I think that looks good. I kind of like that. And then we're going to go and put a small road. We might actually be overdoing it now. Let's leave it like that for now and see where we go with it. Camo J says, that looks really cool. I'm glad you like the look of it. So we have what is a residential area here. That is what it is. It's residential. So we're going to keep our residential area going through to this space. Okay, that's all residential. It's all up here as well. And a little bit of that. But that other bit is actually kind of in the right spot as well. So we're going to just extend it along that road. Cool. We need like a commercial area now. All of this is going to be a new district. It's all about commercial. And it's the strip down here, isn't it? So we could give it a name, something strip. Like, what's this place called again? Florios. Let's call it Florios Strip. For that commercial strip down the front there. Alright then, so high density commercial is going to be rolling around this corner and up into this area. If we start building it up a little bit, we can get rid of the power lines that are kind of pesky and in the way. I think we'll put a batch of offices there, because the offices just look a little bit more technical, you know. Right, coming back over to this area, we want to have offices in these 2 spots. And then it's all about the low density residential, just absolutely filling up these areas. And before we get too carried away, let's not forget that we want to put in some parks and things like that. Alright, but around the outside it's going to be nothing but res. All the way across here. Even with those trains right behind. And then it's going to end right there. In fact, that one we're not even going to bother with. Cool. Right, so where are we going to put parks and services for this area? Kind of looks like fire cover doesn't quite go to those back areas, but we might just leave it as is. Let's get a couple of these out here. that next to the train track, it'll look important. Are we auto-saving? I believe we're auto-saving, peeps. There it goes, there it goes. Let's put another one somewhere around this area. Alright, so maybe one behind these buildings, just so it covers that a little bit. See, that helps with the land value and stuff, so the police cover up here is bad. It's kind of like we need something just probably about here. Let's go ahead and actually put police, fire service right next to it. I think someone was literally just moving into that space. And then we're also going to need... Oh, it was health I was looking at, wasn't it? Health cover. Let's put health cover over here and put a death care next to it. And then education. We need to educate some of these kids, you know. I think we're going to need about 2 elementary schools. Let's put one right in that little space. And then another one somewhere on this road. There we go. Cool, and now we need some pipage going on. Hey, since when are we watching Cities, says Marius. Since we started streaming Cities, which was a few weeks ago now. Jeez, where have you been? Been playing a lot of this game, it's been a lot of fun. Cool, now we need to fill in those gaps. And there ain't many of them, but we will find them and fill them in. I get my 8 hours, just not at night sometimes, says Papa Chase. Talking about sleep now. Death care right by the train tracks, says Secretary Canned Ham even. Yep, it is what it is. Do you know what I didn't put in? The parks. That was the thing we were literally starting off with. Wow, this area is actually pretty devoid of parks. Let's put one on the corner of this street. Yeah, right there. We'll try and get them rather frequently in this area, I think. Don't like some of these streets at all, does it? Don't like the curvy ones. I'm going to put one... Yeah, in that space. So that's extended around the place a little bit. Oh look, there's room over here to put a park. Let's put one at either end of that block. And then fill that block with some more industrial, and this one with some offices. Alright, so nice little spread over there. Kind of need something down the front here, don't we? How about we add flower garden on either side? You would just happen to bump over an extra block, wouldn't you? Oh geez, just go there. There we go. Right, now this is where our high density residential is going to go. We'll have a street of high density these spots. Cool. And then the rest of it is going to be high density commercial. In fact, I think we'll make parts of it lower density as well. Like this. Alright, and now what we need to do is get rid of some of this power grid stuff. So I believe that can go. And it's still connected. That's awesome. So we're going to put high density along there. And here as well. Right, I think we're going to put some more high density on that side. Let's have a little bit of that kind of shopping leak into this area. And then this stuff can start to connect. Yeah, and it looks like the power grid is perhaps struggling to spread a little bit, but it'll get there in time. We just got to zone up the place now. Park and industrial area, says Luke. I mean, they appreciate the parks nearby, you know, so it is what it is. Asuma, why did you put the elementary school right next to the police? You worried about those preschool gangsters? Jeez. I'll just put them next to each other because I like to group the municipals, I think you call them, together. That's kind of what I do here. Right, I reckon in here somewhere we need a little area where there's some shops. Let's just have a block of shops there. Let's keep zoning it all up. Let's actually take those two and make those some shops as well. Always a good idea to have little bits of commercial just sprinkled in. Right, so all of that stuff's slowly developing. That's great to see. I'll just keep zoning it then. And eventually we'll get the power over here. I think we'll have a little bit of commercial in here as well. And that's good. This should really have connected up by now. It's getting there, don't you worry. Right, and our demands have all dropped down significantly at this point. The highest one being for like office work. I think actually going to make this zone was going to be more high density commercial. But considering it's a little bit off the beat, let's go change it actually. So it's going to be offices now. Also, might be a smart idea to lower parts of this road. Just that bit there. Cool. Right, now we need to think about adding a junction over here and expanding in this direction. What does the T mean? Probably something special that I've totally forgotten about. No, me. Is the river overflowing again, says Sick. I don't think it is. I think it's really stabilised itself, this whole setup we've got going on over here. It's stabilised itself a lot. Cuplex says, some update progress on my minigame. Was a decent test run yesterday. I fixed the memory leak problem and nerfed that one-shot kill sword using only $2. What? $2? Right now, converting all my shops to using vanilla villages, having problems with hundreds of lines of JSON code. That doesn't sound good, that old sneaky Jason. Oh, that's sneaky Jason. I got a little bit of an idea here. Why don't we create a junction where, rather than it just being a typical junction, we find a way to have a through road. So, I mean, like what I'm saying, I may not have the best means to describe it. We don't want that type of junction. What's this one here? That's just a placeholder. So we've built that one already, haven't we? I don't think we actually have built that one in this area. That's the one that I made, isn't it? Wait, did we check out that one? Okay, that's not the type we're after. We've built these ones several times throughout the city. Okay, none of these things are quite what we're after. Now that... maybe, no. That one, definitely no. Oh, and now we're out of junctions. T was for train. Oh, we're going to add a train station here. So, right, so we add a train station in this area as well. Well, that can make this idea for the intersection even more interesting. Like, I don't want to build one from scratch. I find they're too time consuming. Maybe I can do what I've got in mind with this. I just got to think it through a lot. We're going to, like, build a very high stacked up thing, basically. I think it might be better to have a look through the workshop. That one could possibly do it. It's just those crazy big... Actually, yeah, maybe we could make that work. Right, we're going to try and use that one, actually, I think. So I'm going to obviously need to make use of Anarchy. I'm going to pause the game. We're building the junction, so we're going to get rid of that. We're going to build it here-ish. So I want to leave that road in place, but I do want to get rid of the highway for now. So we have plenty of space to work with. So using this tool here, which one are we doing again? It's that one. We're going to rotate it and then we're going to put Anarchy on. So that's the first step. We can actually pretty much put that kind of where we want it to be. So that's cool. It does try and snap to a lot of stuff. That's fine. Now the next thing I want to do, oh, I can. Oh, wow. Right. Well, that's something then. So if I raise it by 1, Oh, this is going to work. I think this is going to work, peeps. So I think we just want to change the view so we get what potentially looks best from above. Wow, this is going to be fascinating, this intersection. Let's get you about there. And then I think just plop it down. Alright. Oh, well, it's in place. We've actually built this one already now. It's further down the city, but we will leave it be here for now. Now, we don't need this. We're going to do something very different on the other side. Now, it's all been raised off of the ground for a reason, you know. Kilgore says, it was to move the rails up to the top of the hill to make more room. Ah, we're going to move the train track over here. Gotcha. Right, after we did all of that little bit, though, it looks so cool. Oh, no, we'll probably end up moving it. Now, the next thing that I want to do, is this got custom supports? Because I want to do something kind of crazy in this area. I wanted to have a through road go straight through the middle. And it just looks like, even though this is all raised, it's going to be absolutely maddening to fit it in there. Let's give it a try. It's probably going to remove 2 of those pillars, which might end up getting away with. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's go to the road type. Let's select the same type of road we're looking at here, which is that one. And I need to kind of select it very directly in the middle. So we need to turn off our snap for the road guidelines. If that's... I'm not sure what it's snapping to. I think it might be snapping to angle. No, it's just being a snap. It's just being a silly old snap. Toggle node snapping. Maybe it's that one then. So let's turn all of those back on. Turn off the road guidelines. No, it's not that, is it? It just likes... It is literally snapping just ever so slightly over. I guess I can use the move it tool after, right? So then what we're going to do is go like this. You're going to hate me for building this road. I know you are. We're going to build it so it comes out directly on the other side. Now we need to turn off the angle snap. And now we need to position it directly under that junction. Okay, that's not good looking, is it? Now we're going to do the same thing going in this direction. I'm going to need the angle snap on. Okay, for the most part, that has done what I wanted it to do. If we look at the pillars, those are absolutely disgusting, but that's fine. We'll allow it to be that way for now. Alright. That is, for the most part, my plan. I think we can make it work with a lot of move tool. How do people even build these intersections? The logic behind it is crazy, says Cuplex. I feel like the option to configure what snap to is just a troll. It almost never works. Some of them do. You can definitely tell some of them do, but a lot of them aren't as great as they could be. So I think we're going to do away with these roads on either side. Those are not going to be necessary for our connection. Now the train line was supposed to get pushed up to go up here. Let's go ahead and try and do that. So train line, you happen to be the one selected. We can also bulldoze that, I think. Let's do this. We're building with the wrong node, I would point out. Okay, you're going uphill a fair bit now. And we want you to go up into that ridge. Yeah, this might actually have been like pretty poor looking train track, but for now it is what it is. Okay, so somewhere around here we're going to bulldoze those. And we have done precisely what these markers were for. So we have moved the train track and we built the junction. That's a bit on the steep side, but it kind of works for now, doesn't it? Cool. We can't unpause the game. We've got to get back to building our roads. Right, so let's start off with the ramps going onto these to connect them. Then we could actually just let the game play. So that's probably a good way to start. Let's use this tool. Right, and that's kind of not what I want. Can Can I change this road type by upgrading? See, it's already not the type I want it to be. No, is the answer. I'm going to have to build it in sections, I believe. Still got the move it tool on. Alright, are we building a road? I don't know what's going on. There we go. We're building a road. Z-Maps has frozen, says Luke. I've paused the game. Zach says, that intersection is crazy. Near where I live, you have a bridge both going across the motorway with an up and down on both sides. That sounds crazy. On both sides. What madman decided to do that, eh? Okay, we've got some awful snappage going on again. Let's try and get angle and road length snaps off. There we go, that's the way. Let's just nudge it down. I think we'll go for 2. Alright, and so we've got a nice... That's a proper ramp. Look at this one though. This one's a smelly ramp. Jeez, I don't want no smelly ramp. Right. Let's start that one again. So you're going to go to about there and go up by 2. And the last bit is going to be pretty straightforward. We can make it look nicer. That is a crazy intersection, might I say, though. Crazy intersection. Okay, let's start with the up ramp. That is working on a lot steeper slope. Ooh, I'm starting to feel quite hungry at the moment. I didn't have any breakfast today. That's kind of the ramp that I don't want... The one thing I don't want you to do is that. Okay, that's not too bad. There's just a sort of awkwardness to it. There we go. Right, and now we can upgrade all of this once we get rid of the move it tool. Leading into our next junction. Oh yeah, that's all highway as well, I guess. So basically, upgrade everything in sight. Apparently, I've even upgraded that, which is not what I wanted to do. I should be more careful. Right, that'll do for now, and then let's revert this one to that type of road. And we're back looking at this thing again. How do you know the smell of an imaginary ramp in a game? Says Cuplex. I don't know, Cuplex. I've never thought about how you would smell an imaginary ramp. It's just not something that's crossed my mind. Now, let's look at this thing here. Can I rotate that? I would like to rotate it. What would be the rotation buttons? There is buttons for rotation, right? I think we're going to have to go to options. Move it. Rotate. Keypad 1. Keypad 3 for your rotational needs. Let's try this out. Ugh! Ugh! Looking in all the wrong directions. Aha, look. So we can rotate it so that it is... Is it? I'm trying to determine. It's not just a straight circle, is it? No, it's not. It's definitely not a straight circle. Right, and now we're going to move it like that. Okay, so now it's sort of on the sidewalk a little bit. I can deal with that. I can live with that. That's not a big issue for me. This one here has to go a lot further. So let's start off with that sweet rotation. Get it in line with the road a little bit. Bring it over here. Oh, we're actually not moving the road piece. We're just moving the pillar. It's kind of a good thing for me here. Okay, so I wonder if there's a way to like micro move it as well, because that's quite a big jump. Oh, do you know what? I think I'll leave it like that. That's cool. That's seriously cool. I'm happy with that. So that was easy. The one thing though here is that, well, obviously that being in the middle is a little bit of a problem. Here in the middle, these things have definitely got to get raised up, I reckon. Let's select the both of them. Let's just nudge them up a little bit, like that. Okay. Let's actually go ahead Let's say we agree. That's a good height. Let's go and grab these ones. This might actually not work. But let's align the heights to that one. Ooh, that made that side look a bit janky. This side, though, it fixed. So now we're going to select those and bring them up a little bit. There we go. So that's cool. But now what I got to do is move both of these off of the road. So we are going to bring it towards me. Let's check that out. Oh, it could have gone back forward a little bit as well. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that. Right, so now we've got to do the poles on this side, and then the whole thing's kind of done. I will point out it's a little bit more of a roller coaster on the other side, so we need to remove the roller coasterness. X, follow the angles of that exchange. It doesn't work anymore. What? Follow the angles of that exchange. I'm not sure what here wouldn't work. All kind of looks good to me. Anyway. Right, these are the next two that we got to work on. So we've got to rotate them. We know how to do that now. Nice and neatly rotated. Oops, what have I clicked on? There we go. And then move over to the side a little bit. Nice. That's super easy, isn't it? And up the top, they don't look ridiculous either. Wow, I'm so pleased with that. Okay, now the ones that look a little bit roller coastery are over here. So I think we're going to start by nudging that up, then nudging this up as well, and then that one there can get nudged up, and also probably that one actually. That one a little bit more. Right, over here they do actually look kind of roller coastery, mainly this one. I think that one could probably go down, and it wouldn't look so bad. In fact, there's probably a few here that could go down. Hello. Just a touch. Probably this one just a touch. Right. I think we're kind of done adjusting that. So let's go grab the road and figure out what on earth these things are going to do. This one is just cutting its way into the mountain at the moment. That's fine. You can do that. Let's keep it going to the ground though. And let's make a straight road. Right, so we need our snaps back. And this time, let's sort of come up to that level. Whoa, that was too much. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's more like it. So now it can come out of that area and be a normal road. Over on this side, I don't think we need to do any of that. This thing seems pretty normal. So that's going to extend up here, and who knows what we're going to do with that area, but we need the space in which to add these connections. And do you know what would look amazing? Do you know what would look amazing? I know what would look amazing, peeps. I know exactly what would look amazing. But do you know, I don't know if it's going to look any good. Let's give it a shot. What if we had like a big circular road leading up to here? Hey! What the? Cats in chat says hello everyone. Hey everyone. Welcome. Hey cats. Welcome to the stream. Hey everyone. Jeez. Oh, like that. Oh, like that, please. Are we auto saving? I believe we're auto. Now that is actually pretty gorgeous. Is that a pretty gorgeous connection or what? I think I like that very much. Wow. Yeah, I'm down with the clown. That's good. I'm telling you, that's a good looking intersection. Right. Now, when we pulled that one out, we had this nice straight road here, and we had a nice angle to work with. I'm not sure we're going to get the same luxury this way, but we'll give it a shot. I think I went down by 2, and then we went and did some sort of snap to about. Now let's mirror the other side a little bit here. I think we kind of want that. except it sort of connects with the ground, which doesn't look so great. Eh, maybe we can find a way to make that work. Perhaps it's just, ooh. I think that's okay. It's not as good as I actually thought it would look. I kind of wanted to make it tighter and sort of come in a little closer. Let's try that on the opposite side. So what if it were tighter, right? We've got that straight road to work with again. Oh, except on this side, is it going to work different? We haven't got the avenue going across. Ah, that's something I haven't thought about. Should I build an avenue on the opposite side then? I think I'm going to have to, peeps. I think I'm going to have to. Is Cube Hamster in chat? Cube Hamster says, wait, does this game actually have a setting allowing you to change the sides of the roads the cars ride on? Also, hi X. Cube Hamster, welcome to the stream, man. Nice to have you with us. By default, this game doesn't, but you play this, well, you don't have to play this game with mods, but it is very much a mod-friendly game, and installing the mods, using the mods is dead easy. You basically browse a workshop and it's plug and play for the most part. So we have mods on that allow us to change certain things about the roads, but I'm using some of the lightweight mods. There are ones that go really crazy. They actually allow you to draw the traffic paths of cars, so you can actually design the routes that they would choose to take around a roundabout, but that depends on what mod you're using. The mods that we're using right now, are we using something that lets us change the sides of the road? We're not really, but what we're using is just a logical layout of different road types to create lanes. Like this is a 2-lane road, so when you approach here, the traffic is split to go down the different paths. That's generally the idea in that space. Right, now let's go over here and do that. So on the opposite side, that road is actually curved. We'll keep it straight to begin with. And that has now not removed the pillars. But they are removed on the other side, or are they? Because I really like how they're laid out on the other side. So I think we'll do some Move It work. So Move It is a mod, by the way. What I'm doing now is with a mod. It takes the assets in the game and it just lets you tweak stuff, so it doesn't look as ridiculous. Those are kind of pretty much exactly where we want them to be. And that might be the same case over on this side. Oh, gee, no! Undo! I moved it away. There it is. And let's rotate again. QBAM says, that is awesome. It is awesome. If you like the look of this game, man, it is well and truly worth playing. To a lot of the peeps that ask, should I get this game, etc. Like, it's one of those games you can pretty much suss out if it's for you or not just by watching it for a little bit. We're sort of playing way beyond any of the actual challenges of the game, you know, like unlocking stuff and reaching goals. We're kind of in like the just make a city look cool phase, and we do it with a fair amount of detail. Right, so what I was originally thinking for that other side was something a lot smaller. So let's go for the smallest type, and then go down by 2, go for the smallest type again, or smallest turn, should I say, down by 2. Can we continue having it to spiral, is the question. It looks like we might, but then it wants to snap to the road. So I guess something circular like that was what I had in mind, but I don't know what the correct angles and stuff for it would be. That being said, it is kind of getting there. Right, so what if I were to move with the Move It tool? Let's move this whole thing across this way. Maybe even move that junction actually. Okay, now I want to move that thing so it isn't as ridiculous. And then this thing needs to kind of curve that way. Like, what about that on this side? Is that a bit much? Is it obnoxious? It kind of almost works. It needs a little bit of refinement, but I think the problem is that last one just doesn't curve right, does it? Got that sharp, awkward angle. If I... Ooh, wrong key. If I did that... Ugh! Ah! It's so awful and disgusting. Let's bulldoze that. There's almost something to that, unfortunately. I guess I can make the whole thing a little bit tighter, perhaps. We got... Noise in the ear. It's Cuplex gifting a sub to Cube Hamster. Awesome. Thank you, Cuplex. Appreciate it ever so much. That's very generous of you. Let's have a little read of chat. Bit early for a Skyline stream, isn't it? Says Imagine. Imagine? Imflu Galaf. Jeez, I don't know what your name is. It's, you know, it's early in this part of the world. It's late in other parts of the world. It's not actually that early for me. Ilucat says, wouldn't it have been quicker? I would have been quicker if I was on the computer, or if I knew it was an option on the app. Anyway, Cube Hamster says thanks. Cuplex says no problem. Cube Hamster says Evil X. Jeez, Evil X face. Now you can do emotes like derp. Hey Cuplex, there's been no derps this entire stream. Can you believe it? Including the other stream before this stream. Ilucat says, remember when X used to do the derp noise all the time? It was the deepest sound ever. The derp noise? What was the derp noise? I don't actually remember that. Back to the move it tool. We can use copy. I'm not sure we can flip, so we can't recreate this exact thing on the other side. Right, so that's a little bit more like it. Now let's remove that one and go, oh, actually I should have brought that one with me perhaps. Yeah, okay, now we're sort of losing it a little bit, but we're trying to bring it together. I think we've still got it. I think we've still got the magic. What do y'all think? What do y'all think of this so far? Is it going in the right direction? Do we want to keep this? Ah, and it ends with a nice ramp like that as well. Let's try and do the same thing on this side over here then. So we start off with, yeah, a nice little turn like that. Go down by 2. That's important. Another short turn. Go down by 2. And then the final turn is to like, that's not good enough. It's to about there. Whoopsie daisy, delete that. Go to here, 1, 2. Now it's going to snap to the ground, which I actually don't want it to do, unfortunately. Then a straight road to the end. So we don't get the ramp effect, but we might be able to if we use a little bit of landscaping. Let's turn that down. Let's go click on that height there and drag it around this area. If I then destroy that road... Oops! Jeez. Let's try that again then. And then straight road at the end. Bam! Alright, so now what we've got to do is mirror the points, right? So you are kind of tucked in to this one. Oh, we should make sure the first thing is good. So that's pretty much there. I think. So this one's kind of making it look a bit odd. I think that one needs to be a lot closer in. Okay, and then that thing needs to be real tucked in. Okay, that is, you know, I'm not good at doing this, but I'm pretty pleased with that. I think that's passable. When it comes to the very last bit, on both sides they're pretty janky. I've selected the wrong thing there. Probably more on that one. Alright, I think that'll do. I think we've had enough fun with that. We built 2 different types on either side, and then this one is the wrong way around. Of course it is. Of course it is. Alright, and I think we need to do a little run through the city on our junctions, because we have just added some more junctions, and there will be lots of junctions everywhere, and they will have traffic lights, and we don't like traffic lights. We want to get rid of traffic lights. They are bad. Bad news. Marius says, I wouldn't do the spirals, I'd just add a straightforward slope to connect. Maybe on the side with the through roads, connections to both. If I had straight ones, though, they would stop you building on the side of there. There could be a nicer way of doing this. Like, we could actually have them go straight and then come off at a diagonal down here. But hey, what we've been doing in this city is always just trying different stuff, right? That's the general idea, is just keep trying different things. So the next time we have option to do it that way, we will do it the way you just described. So we've got some issues to take care of here and there in the city. Oh man, I swear these traffic lights turn themselves on. They are just everywhere all the time. Look, they're over here, they're over there. Down with the traffic lights, I say. Okay, we've turned off a fair few. Right. So now we've got to take care of some problems. Some serious problems, jeez. The demand in the city is coming back a fair bit, by the way. Let's see what some of these issues are. Not enough educated workers. So I think that means that they need a high school in this area. Let's go and check out the high school availability. Pretty poor for the entire place. Well, if we were to put one in here, it would cover the area really, really well. Let's go and put it at the top of this road, which will kick out some residents, but that's fine. Okay, so now we have rather welly? I don't know what I was trying to say there. Is that traffic lights? Didn't we just try and take all of these out? Jeez, take them out already. Goodness me. Right, that's good. Everything here is good. And now we've got to work on this area. Junctions, says I Love Cats. Wait, you're doing junctions, is it? I think you're doing junctions, X. What was I saying? Now you got me worried that I was just saying something that made no sense. Right, so I would like to add a connection between this area and that area. I like how there's a little bit of an industrial feel here, but I'm not seeing where we can have this connection sort of move through to the other side. We can certainly rearrange some of these roads. Perhaps we could actually reconnect this one so it goes over this side. Yeah, in fact, we've already got the bridge here. So let's make that connection to begin with. So by attaching this road to that one... Oh, it's done it with a tunnel. I think I like that, actually. That's different. Means that we can remove this. We've also got power lines, which we don't need. Good. Power lines are ugly. And we want to develop this part of the city now. So, that road is necessary, but this isn't. Mr. Truck, it's time for you to do a floaty magic trick. Amazing. We could have this bit go through, is what I'm thinking. So, let's plough through those office buildings, which might be essential to the power grid. They kind of look important. Let's go ahead and plough them out of the way in the name of progress and build a road that goes across. We need some snappage. Or do we? We've already got the snaps on. Ooh, that's... Oh, we can have a relatively flat bridge here as well. Why am I not getting, like, the angle snap? It's turned on. Maybe road guidelines. Aha, that's the one. So we're going to go up by 1, which means the slope there isn't going to look awful. Over here. Wonderful. And then going to go down. However, at this point, I think we might be smart to start to move over towards where this one is. Yeah, nice little connection there. Cool, we've done it, peeps. We moved them together. Let's upgrade a road with a ground snap. Yeah, that's good. Oh, we've still got anarchy on. I always forget to turn it off. But hey, that looks amazing, so that's good. I think we could even lower this connection a little bit. Cool. Maybe a touch more. Maybe bring them... we'll leave that alone. Right, so we've still got our office buildings and the power grid still maintains a connection. Wonderful. And that looks really good with the two bridges next to each other, doesn't it? I Live Cat says, you said junctions like 5 times in one sentence. I'm just messing with you. That sounds like me. Alan Berg says, will you eventually empty that landfill? You could probably start emptying it now, actually. That being said, is there an option? No, there isn't another facility. So we need an incinerator. Why did I build a landfill there? It makes no sense. Also, let's use the move it tool, because this area here looks super janky. Why is it raised up like that? Let's just bring that down. Okay, so now that looks utterly stupid. I was trying to fix things, I made it worse. Let's do a relocation job here, peeps. We're going to relocate this facility to there, and now it's going to realign it pretty well. Alright, that's all good. I like this little chunk of land here. It's creaky, but it's kind of working. We've got a creaky little bridge going between the two areas. Hey, couldn't I use this tool here and upgrade it? Oh wow, that looks super awful. Well, good to know I can do that. Cuplex says, I think we have reached the first 3-hour stream. Oh no, we've done like a 3.5-hour stream the other day. I mean, maybe it weren't that long. It definitely went over 3 hours. Let's go and use that tool. So if I just bring this out in a straight road, it'll actually snap perfectly there. Cool. I like that we've got that connection as well. We sorted that end out so it doesn't look too awful. I think we could possibly tweak it a little bit further, you know. Just a little bit. Alright, is the move tool off? The move tool is not off. We definitely need more water in this canal as well, by the way. But it seems to work with less. Oh, we've just been raided as well. Untamed Angel. I was about to say Dangle. Untamed Dangle? That sounds very dodgy. Untamed Angel was raided. Jeez, I'll just say it wrong again. Untamed Angel has raided me. We're being raided. Dreadvink Raiders. Welcome. Welcome, Raiders, to the stream. We're playing some City Skylines over here. I appreciate the stream. I've actually been raided twice today. I don't very often get raided, so it's very nice to be raided. Welcome, everyone. Let's continue with a little bit of offices moving down this side of the road, because I don't know what the plan for this area is yet, but we might as well start putting in some pipage for our new expansion, and then that stuff will be taken care of for the future, I guess. Untamed Dangle, says Alan Bird. It's how I read things. The D and the Angel, it confused me. I'm sorry. I'm terribly sorry. Untamed Angel, if you're watching, thank you so much for the raid. Greatly appreciated. Okay, and a little bit of pipage over here. Cuplex says, canal works pretty nice. Passengers literally teleport from the boat 20 meters below and gangway upwards. This is working as intended. Exactly, yeah, it's just totally normal. It's how reality works. There's nothing odd about it. This area here, I think, will be obviously for offices. Seems like a good spot to have them. And then maybe the commercial strip will continue through here. In fact, how are our districts named? Because at this point, I feel like there's a new district about to start here. So maybe the strip here extends across the road down here. So we'll make this side perhaps commercial. I think we need to start making some notes now. So C is for commercial. You'll need to remember, because I'm terrible at remembering. Untamed Angel says, welcome, have a great stream. Thank you again for the raid. We've definitely had a great stream so far. We'll continue to do so. So this is going to be commercial. Then I think we'll put residential going up into this area. So we're going to have R over here. Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you? You would do that. Then the industrial is already here. So let's have offices between it and industrial. Right, and then we'll expand the industrial into that space. So that's kind of the plan for that area. Should we put a park over here? What other letters can we put in this area? Like, how many more letters can we put on the map that make sense? We've got a park, we've got commercial, residential, offices, industrial. I'm going to forget what all of them are by the time of the next stream. We're also going to go ahead and put a train station somewhere around here. So T and S are two other letters that we've now added to this amazing alphabet. What other letters can we add? Train station. We want the alphabet up here. Come on, peeps. Use your brain. What other things can we have? P for park. We've already done that. D for derp, says Shituku. Oi! There'll be no derp over here. What happens if I rotate the map? Uh-oh. Now we've got a D. It's a D for derp. No! I've derped. What if we see it from that way around? It'll make no sense. Okay, I know what we'll do. We'll put an arrow in, right, to say look that way. But then again, now the arrow's pointing downwards. It makes no sense. Jeez. Rotation, get rid of it. What is it good for? Rotation is good for nothing, is it? Any hoozle. I guess our commercial expansion here is going well. Let's develop that little bit of high density that's going to come across here because we want to get that power. Actually, no, the power connection is complete now, so we don't really have to worry about that. Well, man, what a gorgeous looking city we got going on over here. It's looking wonderful, isn't it? Got some highs and lows. Still producing a fair amount of money. E for expansion, says Marius. W for water park. Oh, they show add a water park mod. B for bus. I like it. Put an X under the letters. Oh, like a little marker to show the bottom, like underline it. Ralph says you can do it with zoning and then name it. We'll turn around with you. Cuplex says, so your residents discovered how to teleport, but still use cars and public transport to get around. Yeah, that's just how this game works, Cuplex. Don't you know? Jeez, don't you know how it works? Things are using this intersection. One thing is using this intersection. Sorry, correct myself there. One thing is using this intersection. Let's zoom out. Check out the city from some other places. Like, so much of the city is done now. It's crazy how much we've built. We've got a little bit... Oh, jeez! How long has it been like that for? I'm so sorry. Terrible, terrible Mayor X. Just not doing the job properly at all. Goodness me. Let's put a bunch more housing along here as well. And then let's put some shops at the end. Just I don't really know what the plan for that area is. Just felt like zoning it a little bit. Man, traffic is flowing through the city beautifully. Although it's pretty much set to stay the same way now, right? This area is my favourite area, I think. Look at these crazy buildings. Did we ever unlock some more monuments and stuff like that? So what do we have to do to get these things? Construct a tax office. Sounds easy. Construct a grand mall. A business park? Isn't that a district thing? Commercial. IT cluster. How do we build a business park? Like, we've done quite a few of these things. Doomsday Vault. A meteorite park. These have got to be some of these things, right? So none of those have been unlocked. High interest tower. I don't know where they are. Because we've built all of these ones. Construct a police helicopter depot. Oh, that actually sounds easy. Construct a water treatment plant. Then we can build... Ah, this is what we should work on next stream, peeps. We've done an airport though, but not the... We've done the international airport. Right. Crime rate over 50. No thanks. Weekly education expenses of 200,000. Right. Perhaps we should do that next stream. Does that sound like a good idea? And maybe it can tie into this new area that we're building. We can have lots of special fancy buildings up here. That I think would be pretty cool. This area seems like pretty unhappy with its low land value. Jeez, they moaned, didn't they? What's this thing here? Fantastic fountain. That probably doesn't want to go in the area. Whoa, luxury hotel. Hold the presses. This is perfect for this area right here, Hotel Hills. Oh my goodness me, is that building massive? Where would we squeeze it in? It's like hardly any room here for anything. Well, we literally got a district for hotels. Alright, I think we've got the plan for our next City Skylines streams, peeps. It's going to be all about this panel right here, building all this stuff. Like a panda sanctuary, why not? A lot of these are entertainment though, so maybe we can start developing a second entertainment district. So thinking of our letters, we haven't got E. So if we're going to build a park there, and we're going to have commercial here, like maybe we build a road like that. Yeah, we're going to want it to be a relatively big area. We can definitely wiggle the train tracks around. So maybe we build an entertainment district in this quadrant. And then that means another junction. So we'll put E and G are going in now. Geez, we're making plans. We've got a couple more letters. Remember, we're looking at it from this direction. So now we've got E for entertainment and J for junction over here. Jeez, it just don't want me to build the road. Alright, so we're going to have a junction going in that direction. Then we're going to have entertainment, park area, commercial, industrial expansion there, offices, residential, and I think we'll probably need a second commercial because you need tons of commercial, right? So do we want any more junctions? I don't think we do. Maybe a mini junction here. So M. So you're getting more letters in. Jeez, I'm going to forget what all these things stand for by the time the next... by the time the next one starts for. More morning streams, X, says Betty Baghdadi. They'll be for the weekends, my friends. Have you built a biodome? It's a nice high-tech addition to the park. I have not, but we... I mean, I kind of like looked at these things and understood them before, but I looked at these ones, right? Oh, we could possibly try and do that. So yeah, I looked at these things. All tax rates at most 4%, so drop them to 4%, bring them back up. The ones that I saw though, they looked difficult. But these ones in tier 3 are not so bad. Construct an airport, you see. Maybe we've thrown an A for an airport over here. We've got an airport there. So we could have a little airport here. We're putting in all the letters of the alphabet, and we're planning. A is for airport. Peeps, you've got to remember this stuff. Don't expect me to remember it. Jeez, this is why you watch the streams, so you can tell X what to do. That kind of looks like an old graveyard. Really quite like that. And that is going to be a humongous expansion that is going to include lots of those cool buildings we're talking about. Name the commercial district the Communist County. What? But then it won't. But then it won't succeed, Cuplex, at being a good district. Right, let's go ahead and zone that up. It's called Covfefe. I forgot about that. Yeah, let's put in some zonage around here to help us remember as well. So this one is going to be Office Park. Okay, we'll call it that. Well, we'll call it that in a second, apparently. So our residential thing will come down into here a little bit. We're not going to build into the mountains too much. That's going to be our residential area. We've got space there for something, so that'll be like our mystery area. Florist Strip is going to include this commercial area and the train station. So that's all part of that. So I guess we might as well just make all of that part of it. Then we're going to have our big park in this area. Don't know what type of park it's going to be. But there you go, we're going to have a park. Then we're going to have our entertainment districts over here. We'll rename all of these next time. Another commercial block and that mini junction just off the side of it. So J is for junction, so don't need to zone that area. A for airport, pretty much take up that space. Alright, so there's our plans, man. We've got plans going on over here. We must remember to add metro stations to this area as well. Gravelli says, shocking news, giant letter writings found in Derpopolis. Maybe alien writings, say experts. I love it. Alan Berg says, how about a cable car up to the mountain to make a little tourist spot? Yeah, I like the idea. We've actually got a cable car that already goes up here. We'll leave the ideas at that for now, I think. We'll leave them at that. Derpopolis is looking beautiful. Peeps, I'm going to upload an image of the map to Twitter. If you haven't seen this before, I won't actually be able to show you it right now in the stream. But with the mods that I have, I can make a map. So that'll go on Twitter. If you go check Twitter, in a couple of minutes it will be there. I'm actually going to do this now, so it will be up very quickly. But I go to CSL Map View, and I click on Export, and then it creates... Actually, I'm going to click that, and then it creates the image and shows it to me. So that'll be on Twitter in a second. Anyway, that's it from me this stream. I do hope you have enjoyed it. The first stream will be available on my second channel in a moment. And as you know we like to do raids at the end of our streams. So thanks to all the peeps for coming by and checking out our double stream this Sunday morning. Jurassic Park Evo. Also, these Skylines, as we've just done. And, yeah, just looking for someone to raid now. It seems to be not loading, so I'm just going to end the stream, and the raids will happen in a moment. So thank you, everyone, and I'll see. Oh, thanks to all the people who subscribed, resubscribed, donated, cheered. Appreciate your support, all the people hanging out in chat. Thank you as always. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.